ASICS Blast lineup has really grown recently, and I'm a huge fan of the Novablast and Superblast, so when I heard that the Sonic and Megablast were coming, I was really excited to see how they compare and how they fit into the lineup. So today I'll do a quick review of all four shoes, and then I'll do a little ranking based on speed, cushion, and softness. Just a quick disclaimer that ASICS did send me these shoes to review, but they didn't ask me to make this video. All my thoughts and opinions are my own. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and start with the Novablast. So the Novablast is on its 5th version. It slots into the lineup as a versatile standard daily trainer. The midsole uses 100% Flight Foam Blast Max, and I really enjoyed this foam. Even after 75 miles, it's holding up great and still feels bouncy and energetic. As for the specs, it has a stack height of 41 millimeters in the heel, 33 in the forefoot with an 8 millimeter heel to toe drop. It weighs 8.7 ounces and costs $150. So I still put this as one of my top 3 daily trainers of this year. I love how versatile it is. It's nice and cushioned and soft for when you're taking it easy, but it has that nice bounce for doing tempo runs as well. So next up is a new addition, the Sonicblast, and this is kind of like a plated Novablast. It's a versatile plated up-tempo daily trainer that has a more aggressive forefoot rocker than the Novablast and a more responsive ride, and more stable and poppy feeling thanks to the plate. It features a top layer of Flight Foam Turbo Squared, which is an ATPU based foam, and one that I find to be a tad firmer at first, but definitely light and bouncy. It has a bottom layer of Flight Foam Blast Max for some extra durability, and sandwiched in between is a plated P-Bax plate. The specs on this one are 45 millimeters in the heel, 37 in the forefoot with an 8 millimeter drop, a weight of 9 ounces, and a price point of $180. So this is the only plated option in the lineup, and I find it to be very versatile where there's enough cushion underfoot to handle long daily training, but the plate in that forefoot rocker do feel very nice when picking up the pace and doing workouts in the shoe. Next up is the Superblast, which is in its 2nd iteration. This is a versatile do-it-all super trainer or premium trainer, depending on how you want to look at it. It has a dual foam setup with Flight Foam Turbo Plus on top and Flight Foam Blast Plus on the bottom to provide some stability and durability. Again, this one has no plate, but moving on to the specs, it has a stack height of 46 millimeters in the heel, 38 in the forefoot with an 8 millimeter heel to toe drop. It has a nice weight of 8.8 ounces and a price of $200. So while these may not be the softest or bounciest or snappiest shoe, I do find that they are very versatile. They have enough cushion and are comfortable for long runs, but they're responsive enough for picking up the pace. They don't have that kind of snap and pop to them as like the plated Sonicblast, but they're a great do-it-all shoe if you can just only have one shoe in your rotation. And after 100 miles, these shoes are still holding up well and feeling great. So we thought that the Superblast was the pinnacle of the Blast lineup, but now we have the Megablast coming in even more premium. So this honestly has a lot of the same use cases as the Superblast, but it's built and feels different. It has a more stripped back, racier upper, and midsole that uses 100% Flight Foam Turbo Squared. It has similar specs and stack height at 45 millimeters in the heel, 37 in the forefoot, that same 8 millimeter drop, but it's an ounce lighter at 7.8 ounces. However, it is $25 more at $225. So me being such a fan of the Superblast, I was curious how the Megablast would feel and slot in, and I really enjoyed it. It's definitely a faster, lighter, and bouncier version of the Superblast. And after a couple runs, the midsole softened up for me too and felt really good at easy paces, but definitely when you're picking up the pace, it really comes alive and it explodes with that bounciness, especially in the forefoot. And this weight to cushion ratio is pretty crazy. All right, so we did a quick little overview, mini review of each of the shoes. Now let's go ahead and rank them, starting with softest. The firmest shoe I would probably say is the Superblast 2. It's definitely not a firm shoe, but you don't get that kind of sink and bounce back feel that you might from some of the others. Next up, I would say is the Sonicblast, and I think this one is mainly due to that plate in there, kind of firms it up a little bit. After that is the Megablast, which is definitely bouncy, but it took a couple runs for me to kind of soften up. And then lastly is the Novablast, which I found super soft right out of the box, nice and squishy, bouncy. Moving on to speed, I'd say all these shoes definitely handle speed pretty well, but the slowest is the Novablast. It can be a little too soft for some of those faster workouts. After that is the Sonicblast. It's not the lightest shoe in the lineup, and while that plate and the forefoot rocker do help make it feel fast, the Superblast and Megablast are faster. Between those two, I'd say the Superblast comes in second and the Megablast comes in first. The super lightweight and the super energetic feel of the midsole of the Megablast definitely make it feel the fastest for me personally. Moving on is the cushion, and specifically kind of that cushion feel underfoot. The Novablast comes in last as it is the least cushioned on paper, so you don't have as much cushion underfoot. The other three shoes are all about the same stack height, but I'd say the Megablast for some reason feels like it's a little sleeker and a little less cushion than the Super and Sonic, and I'd say the Sonicblast is second, and then for some reason to me the Superblast just feels like it's the most cushion underfoot. So overall, all these shoes in the lineup are very versatile and I like all of them. They all have that same bouncy, energetic forefoot that's very trampoline-like, but I do think that they all kind of serve a different purpose or at least a different preference. We have the Novablast as that soft, versatile daily trainer, the Sonicblast adding a plate in there for some more up-tempo training, and the Superblast and Megablast for those high-cushioned, low-weight, speedier training shoes. I will say that one thing I did notice this year is that I feel like there's a lot of overlap between the use cases of the Superblast 2 and the Megablast. Honestly, I feel like you could have called the Megablast the Superblast 3 and I wouldn't have blinked an eye. I do kind of expect the Superblast 3 to get a big makeover and maybe make it a little softer, a little more plush feeling compared to the kind of sleeker, faster Megablast, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, I want to hear from you. Was this video helpful? Have you tried any of these shoes? Have you tried all of them? Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments down below. I have full reviews for the Megablast and Sonicblast coming up real quick, so subscribe so you don't miss those. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep on running.